Yeah, I am the mongoose, but you can just call me Goose. To my right, everyone's favorite degenerate gambler.
Not anymore.
Or he used to be.
Not anymore.
Sal Baps.
Not anymore. I mean, dude, we have nothing. We are the worst fucking two bettors in the state.
We literally are the worst handicappers.
We are. We're here. Yeah,
East
let's
of the
clarify.
Mississippi.
We're actually pretty good bettors. We're trash cappers. So I hope the people that are fading us out there are like at least going to shout us out, please.
Well, let's just kind of recap the last week here. That was week 7. What a week in college football it was.
Awesome. The best week.
Did we see the dethronement of the House Saban? Is it on its way?
There's been there's been a mortal wound to it, yeah.
Yeah. I think House Saban is under fire. There are dragons circling the house, and he's a wounded animal. But I still, it wouldn't surprise me if Alabama wins the SEC this year.
I'm betting them this week.
Yeah, they're going to roll Mississippi State. But nevertheless, last week here, pick 6. Sal Baps didn't do too bad.
No, it's okay.
He had he had Wisconsin -7.5. They actually did not. Michigan State
lost the game.
They lost
to
the
my
game.
own fucking favorite team.
Yeah. You did have Tennessee +7. Kudos to you. When you submitted your picks, that Florida State, you put LSU. Florida State, LSU. I knew you were talking about Florida State, Clemson, obviously,
Why
but just
the fuck did I do that?
I don't know. I did make fun of you on last week's episode about that.
I know. I remember that.
But you did lose that game as well. Seems like Clemson.
Dude, it's because I was looking. It's because you had LSU like in your picks.
No, I didn't.
What the fuck was I looking at?
I don't know. You were sick, so.
I was sick. That is an excuse. That's a real excuse. I was sick, dude. I was fucking sweating bullets.
San Jose State -9 or Bots cocklock. We'll talk about that game here in a minute.
That was fucking
That
fake
was
bullshit.
fake. You did nail Georgia -38.
Yes.
And you also nailed Oklahoma State +4 against TCU.
Got dicey though.
Got dicey. For me, man, I had Kansas +9. They missed it by 1 against Oklahoma.
1 fucking point.
I don't regret. I mean, honestly, Oklahoma played out of their mind. They are such a better team with Dylan Gabriel. They were due for a bounce back.
It was sometimes in betting the right play doesn't hit. Like,
Yeah.
it was the right play.
I had Minnesota -6.5. Little caveat here, though. I only chose that game because I didn't think there was a chance in hell. I thought Tommy DeVito had
Bad information.
Yeah, bad information. I thought Tommy DeVito was out 4, 5, 6 weeks with a high ankle sprain. Nope. He started. He looked great, and I immediately told you, yeah, this is a
Dude,
loss.
Illinois is fucking disgusting.
As long as Tommy DeVito is not a good quarterback, but he's good enough for that team, which is all they need.
Does this coach stay there, or does he? I mean, like,
Listen, Bielema is actually an alum of Iowa. Just saying.
I know.
If I were to make a move, dude, could you imagine Brett Bielema there?
That's who they would probably want.
And he probably would leave for Iowa. Let's face it.
I would do it.
Yeah.
I would definitely do that.
I did have Syracuse -3.5 because Devin Leary's out for the year with North Carolina State. I managed to get that quarterback news right. SMU -12.5. Oh my God. Can we just talk about how annoying the Navy, I suck, big dick, and I like it midshipmen are? I mean, they literally,
Dude, they're so annoying.
we're talking they are down freaking 3 touchdowns with 2 minutes left in the game. These dudes are spiking the ball at midfield just so they can score again, just so they can kill my -12.5 cover. I mean, it's unbelievable. Here's your lesson: never bet against Navy against the spread. Just never do it, because these guys play until the last whistle. Unlike the SMU defense.
Let me explain to anyone who doesn't know. Well, I mean, they should know, but this beat was so bad that if I owned a casino or sportsbook, I would refund.
Yeah.
I would refund people.
I felt violated.
Yeah, I would refund people. This team had no chance to win, and they're literally only trying to be like, look, we're an academy. We don't give up. Look at us.
Yeah.
To do what? Just to lose anyways?
Yeah.
Who cares?
Yeah, it was pretty rough, but that's my lesson. I'm never betting against Navy.
They don't even throw, and then all of a sudden they just go 6 for 6, out routes, dotted, perfect slants over the middle.
Right.
What
That's
the
also
hell,
SMU though.
What the hell is SMU doing, laughing on the sidelines?
Well,
and just horrendously done job. I wish there was more time left and they would have gotten an onside kick.
We're gonna get into SMU later. I think I'm liking Cincinnati there this week. Penn State +7. I don't know what to tell you except, Penn State had the number 5 rushing defense in the country until they met Michigan and Blake Corum. It was ugly. They never had a chance.
Michigan is just fucking good, dude. Like they're just good.
We'll see Penn State this week against Minnesota. I don't want to overreact though, because I
wouldn't at all.
I do think
this is Franklin's MO. Like we talked about this since the first time we did the show. Like this guy isn't cool, dude. He's not a good coach.
Yeah, but I do think Michigan is that good.
They are, but like, dude, how are you guys gonna keep like just dealing with this, dude? When is Penn State going to beat somebody outside of that state? Like seriously?
Apparently never, as long as we have Franklin. And I don't see the administration moving on Franklin, even though Matt Rule will be the perfect hire there.
The best hire since Sandusky.
Get the fuck out of here.
Was welcomed as the DC.
I mean, he did beat Miami for the national championship.
Think about the face you're making at me right now. Really think about what I'm saying.
I'm
Matt
not
Rule
arguing.
Matt Rule made Baylor like gross on like probation.
Matt Rule put Temple.
They were in the death penalty from Art Browse, and yes, Temple, where you can't even go to school without a 45 on your waist.
Yeah, he literally put Temple in conference championship. I think twice in the conference championship.
God.
This dude is legit. Even he flamed out of the NFL with Cam Newton as his quarterback.
You have to have like dual guns on you to go to class.
Exactly. Listen. And then San Jose State, they just, talk about laying an egg. So actually, I have a little story here. I got destroyed in like the 12 o'clock games, and I was like, I'm a lunatic. I give Sal Baps a lot of credit. Like, Sal Baps is a lunatic in real life, but when it comes to betting, he's actually like probably the most chill person that I know for the amount of money that he actually wagers. Which I think he's gonna have a story about that in a second.
I'm just immune to it. Like it's like someone it's like a war veteran who's like seen people blow up in front of them. Like it just doesn't faze me anymore. It's become I'm used to it.
Yeah, me on the other hand, I'm a complete lunatic. I'm an asshole. I'm the worst person in the world. Like if I
he came into the casino at 12:30 and was screaming at bartenders to put on like this bootleg channel for this Mountain West game. They had no idea what he's talking about. Literally, the conversation I had with the bartenders before he even came in was they were like, "Yeah, I put all this money on the Bills to win the championship before the NFL season." I'm like, cool, dude. They were favored to win the Super Bowl. That doesn't impress me. Like, what do you mean, dude? Like, this is how bonehead these guys were. And then you're coming in, you're like, give me this Mountain West. They don't even know what the Mountain West is.
They don't even know what the Mountain West is. How shitty is our local casino? We live in the Philadelphia.
It's a gas station with computer games.
Yeah, we live in the Philadelphia area. They don't have, like, it's a casino, sports casino, all that. They don't have Fox Sports 2. They don't have even like our NBC Sports Philadelphia, which carries Philadelphia Phillies games.
And Flyers and Sixers.
Right, and Flyers and Sixers.
Which is the biggest local sports base we have here.
Yeah.
And they can't watch the games.
And like, let's face it, like I've lived all across the country. There is nowhere in the country. The only people that are close to like the lunacy that is Philadelphia sports fandom is like Boston and parts of New York. And I would counter that with at least people in Boston are smart. Like we're not only lunatics when it comes to sports. Like we're raging idiots. Like we have the freaking
no, it's Philly and Boston. That's why Sixers Celtics are like so fun to watch because like it's just crackheads like fighting each other.
And this stupid casino doesn't even have televised Sixers, Flyers, Phillies games.
It's woke management.
Woke management. And
want a woke story?
You give me a woke story. Yeah.
Okay. And this is true, by the way.
How's your organic Laird Hamilton coffee?
My heart rate is like 170. And my sinuses are completely clear.
I made Salbap some of my special coffee, and I don't know if he's dying or loving it.
I'm dying. And this is what happened to me. So I had my hood up. Mm-hmm. Because, like, I was just like, as you said, I'm actually, like, you would never know that, like, I have the money I have on these games.
Right.
I have a water in my hands, my hood up. Like, my feet are actually up. I'm just chilling there with my hoodie up.
Right.
So this short, fat, black woman with a bald head and a glittery mask on comes up to me.
Oh, I saw her. I know who you're talking about.
And she had security on her shirt. She tells me that I'm not allowed to have my hood up in the casino. And I said, well, that's hilarious because you are. And I've been coming here for a year and I do it all the time. And no one's ever said anything about it. But you, right now, here.
Yeah.
And she's like, oh, no, you got to take it down, giving me tune and whatnot. So I take it down because I have to see these games. Like,
Yeah.
it's irrelevant what's on my head. I have to see them. You know what I mean? So I go take a pee about 20 minutes later, and I happen to catch, like, a white, normal security guard coming. And by the way, we aren't racist. We're just against I hate woke people.
If you're wearing a mask still with glitters on it,
Dude, a glittery, custom-made
Yeah.
mask.
and it wasn't even an N95, right? It was just
No, it was
cloth.
like it was cloth with glitter
like,
on it.
like literally like a fucking regular ass cold. It wouldn't be able to stop.
So she comes up. No, I'm sorry. I come up to this guy who's not wearing a mask and cool.
Yeah.
He's about our age. And I'm like, yo, man, is there a rule that, like, you can't have a hoodie up? He's like, no, that's hysterical because people are wearing hats right now. There's no difference.
Yeah.
And I was like, cool. Well, that lady with the glitter mask over there, she told me I can't wear it. And he goes, oh, that lady? He goes, dude, she, like, frisks people for knives and stuff, like, out of nowhere. She'll just come up to you and just be like, give me your pockets and shit. And I'm like, yo, so she's a lunatic. And he's like, yeah. So he's like, you want me to go talk to her? I'm like, yo, man, it's cool. You don't have to, whatever. Like 20 minutes later, this chick comes back to me and she goes, I want to formally apologize to you that I made a mistake and that isn't actually a rule. You just have to take your hood off when you enter the casino and then you can put it on. And I said, I already knew that.
That's retarded.
I already knew that already. Like, I'm allowed to wear it as soon
That's
as I...
like the mask rule when you had to like take off or put your mask on when you would leave your table, but then take it off.
No, it's not because listen, they need to see if it's actually you on the ID card. That's why.
okay.
So you have to show your whole face.
Okay.
You put it back up, but like there was no rule, and I'm like, I already knew that. Like, please leave me alone, and that was it. I mean, that's my story. It's just hilarious that like I think it's anti-Italian discrimination. Is what I'm
Okay,
gonna say.
I see.
That's
yes.
where I'm going with this.
It's always the hey, listen, I'm selling insurance for the Italian Sons and Daughters Association, who like literally scared. I'm not even kidding. I've seen like the transcripts between them. These Italians scared the shit out of Joe Biden so much on Columbus
He wouldn't
Day.
even talk shit on Columbus Day.
He wouldn't talk shit on Columbus Day.
I was waiting for it.
So listen, I mean, I love the Italians. I'm doing business with them now. They made me do a freaking.
I was at the Columbus Festival in South Philly on Sunday. I told you that, and they had a blow up doll of Mayor Kenny, and you could throw baseballs at it.
Yeah, that was pretty extreme when you were throwing baseballs at the mayor. But hey, you know, God bless South Philly and the Italian. I mean, South Philly is the one part of Philly that's still.
It's the only place that It's the only place that has them like together still.
Yeah, yeah. I have a buddy
Like
living
Little
there.
Italy in New York is the size of like this basement.
Yeah, basically. Yeah. Any other games you want to talk about from last week that screwed you over or that you thought?
No, I mean
were
it was a fun week to watch. That's about it. I mean, I
That-
went 500, lost my MLB plays.
That Tennessee game was about as good as it gets in college football. Like if aliens came down to this planet and they were like, show us like what your culture is about, I would show them that Tennessee Alabama football game.
Rocky Top's one of the best songs, by the way, too. I love it. I fucking love it.
Josh Pate said it was the loudest stadium he's ever been in, and he went to the Whiteout last year. So just saying, like, I still think the Whiteout is like the best game in college football. But having said that, if you take the Whiteout out, and I think this year it actually may suck because it's Minnesota, but
Why the fuck would they do that against them?
because Fox has the rights to the Ohio State game. If you have to choose,
Why does it have to? Who cares who's broadcasting the game?
If you here's my question to you: if you get season tickets to one team, I'm actually not choosing Penn State here for one game. Like I said, I will choose the Whiteout. I do think it is the best game in college football usually. But if you have season tickets for one team, are you choosing LSU, Florida, or Tennessee? And tell me why.
Tennessee. If they're good.
Okay. Yeah.
But it depends. See, you have to add context. Are all of these teams ranked and good when you want to get tickets for them?
Yeah. We'll say they are. Death Valley at night. Those night games at LSU.
Man, dude, LSU's pretty fucking cool, dude.
Like, here's the thing about Tennessee. They were wild and they were having a blast. But, dude, LSU gets ratchet. They literally, have the song Suck That Tiger Dick, Bitch. Like, that's kind of like.
Dude, do you see how hot those girls are at LSU?
I know.
Dude, who's that gymnast chick that took a picture with Joe Burrow the other day?
I know, yeah. I know.
She's like she's the hottest chick I've ever seen.
I know,
and we're like almost 40.
She like twerks her ass like on like the LSU football training tables.
Dude, I'm looking at what's her name? What the fuck is her name? I'm looking her up online live right now. Jim.
While you're doing that, I do want to talk about, a lot of Texas should have lost. A lot of people are going to say, "Oh, Texas isn't back." This and that.
Olivia Dunn.
Olivia Dunn. There you
Look
go.
at this girl, dude.
Yeah, she's smoking hot. I would wrap her legs.
Like,
around
dude,
my...
I'm actually out. Like, this is fucked.
Yeah. She's got some long
If
legs.
you guys
man.
don't know who the hell we're talking about, type in Olivia Dunn. Dude, every chick named Olivia is hot, and I've
True.
ever even known.
True. Texas should have lost to Iowa State last week. They didn't. I'm saying Texas is back. Quinn Ewers is the real deal. This was a type of game, sandwiched in between Oklahoma last week and Oklahoma State this week, that you just knew Texas. Oh my
What the
God.
fuck are we doing up here?
Dude, look how hot she is.
What are we doing up here?
I would
in this stupid state.
like I don't know. Let's just
This doesn't exist here.
girls
we
like-
get girls like this who become radical feminists with blue hair and gain 55 pounds.
It's sadly true. I would literally dude, girls like that are the reason why I do parlays. Just like that, I hope that I can buy one of those like someday. Because
Dude, I'm about to fucking punch myself in the face for not going.
yeah.
to one
Take
of
that
these
off. You're
schools.
depressing me right now. I'm just gonna.
This got to go. We got to get this out of here.
So, needless to say, I do think Texas is back. They are one of my picks this week.
What do I have on right now? Look at my beanie.
You have a Longhorns beanie hat on. Why are you wearing that? Where'd you get that?
Because it's fucking fire, dude.
It is
on lids.
I know. I do love the Texas. When I lived in
Their
Austin,
merch is cool.
yeah. When I lived in Austin, I actually went to the university bookstore there all the time. It was like 5-minute walk from where I was living, and like I would just hang out there. It was fire. Love Texas. Love Texas being back. Just because people either love or hate Texas, and that's good for the sport.
If they're not back this year, they will be like next year officially back. I mean, like top 10.
They're back. All right, so let's move on to basically this week. Like, who are you fading? Who are you on? Tell me what you're thinking here, Sal Baps.
I am just automatically just going to bet Ohio State, like because you have to.
What's the line at? It's at like 30? Yeah. Again,
What the fuck is Iowa gonna? Is Iowa gonna score at all in that stadium?
probably not. I saw that Keegan Johnson, the only Iowa wide receiver who's actually good, isn't playing again. So
Yeah, well, I mean, they're not gonna do anything. Like, I'm laying this. I don't care.
okay, so that's one of your official picks.
It is an official pick. Yes, it's an
Okay.
official pick.
All right,
Correct.
who else do you have?
You just want to do it? You just want me to
Yep.
go? Let's just do my pick. So
that's
I'm on
what I'm trying to
tonight.
do.
We're doing the show now on a Thursday afternoon.
2 o'clock.
Tonight, I'm taking the Virginia Georgia Tech under 47. I think that game's AIDS,
Okay.
and it's going to be awful to watch, and I'm going to love it, and it's going to go under. Cincinnati at SMU, we're going to take Cincinnati. I am,
Okay.
because I feel like SMU is...
That line's at 3.5 right now.
Yeah, I'm going to money line them, though. I'm going to money line Cincinnati. I just think they're just
I'm-
going to win the game.
I'm not allowing that. If the spread is beyond 3, you cannot money line a game. I'm sorry.
Oh, I am. But anyways, then I'm on OSU. This Kansas Baylor over 58. I think that game's sauce.
Yeah.
Baylor just doesn't. They can't stop people anymore, dude. Like they broke it.
It's hard to
They're broke.
bet against Kansas unders this year. They've seemingly gone over every game.
dude. Because this guy's coaching to get the fuck out of there. You can't possibly stay there. It's a basketball school.
Yeah, I mean, he's going to get the Wisconsin job, I think.
Yeah, and then he could go to Iowa because we know that they're cool with old coaches.
I don't think so.
UCLA at Oregon. I am going with the Oregon Ducks -6, and the reasoning for that is I'm betting the number here. UCLA is I've on this show and have said in the past that I think Chip Kelly's trash. but he's not. UCLA is actually pretty good, but why are they 6-point dogs, dude? It's just Oregon. It might just be too fucking saucy, dude. Like they're just too cool.
They're at home.
Like yes,
at home.
Yes.
Oregon is a completely different beast.
but
at
dude,
home.
they've won tough road games this year though, where like they didn't cover, but like they still overcame.
For
and,
sure,
like,
for sure.
won.
I'm just saying, Autzen Stadium is pretty.
Oh,
legit.
it's up there, man. It's cool.
Yeah, like the dynamics of that stadium, kind of like Neyland Stadium, the way that it's constructed, actually it traps in sound.
Yeah,
So, I mean,
it's cool, man. It's definitely cool.
I think Oregon has the second longest home winning streak going. It's like second or third longest in the nation. So
here's what I don't. We're getting off. We're going back to women again here. Here's what I don't understand about Oregon. Okay. It seems to me.
how hot those chicks are there.
Yeah, but like how? Because they're like when I think of Oregon women, I think of like Portland lesbians and like this and that and Antifa chicks and shit like that. But like they're actually like blonde, tan, hot hoes.
Yeah, I would say like, probably like a lot of the dynamics, of the nation.
Unless they get like they have like an incredible cheerleading program, and that's how.
That is part of it. Oregon actually does have a pretty legit training
where they're like
cheerleading
competitively
program.
like gross.
Yeah, but I will say, I think in Oregon, if you go outside of Portland and you go into like Bend, I mean.
So listen, my boomer parents watch Fox News.
Yeah.
And there was someone on there, and I was over there, and when I was not in South Philly.
Yeah.
For once.
Yeah.
And it said that this woman was like, she's from Oregon, and she was on the show. I forget what her name was. She said that if people might not understand this, she's like, but people outside of Portland in Oregon are not liberal. Like they're not.
Right.
So it's got to be what it is here. I mean, because these women can't be liberal. I mean, they're fucking hot, dude.
Yeah, I mean, it is crazy to say because it used to be a couple of years ago the hottest chicks were always liberal. And now, beauty.
Well, because this isn't real liberalism. It's radical woke victimology, honestly.
Like when I moved to LA, every single person there
it's given fat,
hot.
Unattractive people power now.
Yeah, and the people getting roles in Hollywood are the fat, unattractive people that nobody in middle America wants to see.
No.
And now middle America, because they hate the libs so much, this is one of the good things, to own the libs, and the libs are against beauty now and looking hot. Conservatives, who used to be the mouth-breathing, fat Walmart types, are starting to get into health and fitness, which is why now you'll see, like, I literally just saw New York Times wrote a piece about why the alt-right is obsessed with health and fitness.
Well, they're the ones putting giant billboards up of Lizzo naked.
Right. Right.
And saying this is beauty.
Right. Well,
literally nobody thinks that.
When I got to LA, dude, there was literally like softcore porn on the billboards as far as like Victoria's Secret models, the hottest chicks in the world.
Oh, go watch season 1 of Entourage.
Exactly.
That was LA.
That was LA. That was what I moved to. Like I remember the first time I saw freaking Haley Baldwin, or Haley Bieber now. The first time I saw her like on a billboard, I literally almost had an accident on Sunset Boulevard. And then in the months leading up to when I left LA, it was literally like trans, fat, black chicks.
It's like men in lingerie.
Yeah. And I'm not talking one billboard or two billboards, dude. I'm talking like 70% of the billboards were that. And if there was occasionally a hot chick, she was in like a Hillary Clinton pants business suit to where she like kind of looked
If you're a sports gambler and you're on the left, I demand you explain this. Like, I want this explained to me, how this is like cool. Like, why is this cool to like, because they know it's not cool.
Yeah.
Like, they know that it's not cool.
Yeah.
They know it. All right, so back to my other games.
Yeah.
Fuck Oregon chicks, whatever. So I'm on Alabama, even though we just talk shit on them. Because like, can you really hold that against them?
That line is what, 21?
Yeah, like, dude, come on, man. Like,
They're at home against Mississippi State.
Dude, Alabama at home is cool, right? Like, we know this. Like, the fact that this line, like, if this line was like 15 or 16, I'd be like, okay, maybe Mississippi State's gonna do some shit.
Saban said they usually chant in the like hallway before they go out into the field. And last game at Tennessee, they weren't chanting, to where Saban was like, yo, guys, why aren't you doing your thing? So I
think they're just fucking scared. It was so loud and nuts. Like,
yeah, but still, you're Alabama. You should never be scared. And
they're definitely not hardcore anymore. Like, they're not hard. They're more of a finesse team. Like, they used to be like, guys would just be like terrified of them.
Right.
They were like, not to like compare it to a high school team, but I'm going to use like just pop culture to explain what I'm trying to say. They were like Dallas Carter in the Friday Night Lights movie. Like they just came out, no fucks, we'll kill you, I don't care, fuck your life. Now I don't get that vibe from them at all. But yet again, I'm still betting them in this game because I'm betting the number here. Like this number indicates that they're going to come back in home. And I believe Mississippi State, if I'm not correct, can you find the ticket split on this game real quick? I can if you cannot. If Mississippi State is a publicly backed road underdog, then I am correct here, and Alabama will roll. Let me check this out. What is the game time of this game?
I don't know.
It is
So while Sal Baps is going over
No, hold on. We're going to find it right now. It's at 7 p.m. 7 p.m. Alabama right here. Mississippi State is exactly what I fucking said it was. They are So 56% of the public is taking Mississippi State on the line.
Gotcha.
Because they saw Alabama lose on national television game. Yeah. And we're going to fade that, dude. Fuck that. So my last game is Minnesota at PSU. It's going to be Penn State, money line. And you're like, well, you get money line. Only play over 3.5. Penn State's 3.5, and you're money lining them. So you are incorrect. You're breaking your own rule.
I'm not. Okay. In real life, yes. For my official picks, I'm sorry. You can't. For our official picks, you can't money line a team greater than a field goal. So, no.
Why not?
Because it's like minus 180.
So who cares? Then just lay more money on it. I mean, look, winning is winning, right? Why not give yourself a chance to not lose?
I think it's a cheap bet. I guess
there's no that doesn't exist, dude. In this world, it's like the Vietnam War. All bets are off.
Okay,
if you can acquire currency through gambling, you acquire currency through gambling.
If you want to pay minus 200 to
it's not minus 200.
Minus 180 for Penn State.
That's nothing. That's just like taking a good picture at a baseball game.
All right. Well, do what you want to do. My picks here.
I mean, they should cover the line. Realistically,
we'll see
easily
if Tanner Morgan plays. We'll see. I am going Duke plus. They are 9.5. I am buying a point to make it plus 10. They are on the road at Miami. I think that is too many points for a Miami team. That I'm just not sold on Josh Gaddis. That Duke line's a little bit misleading. They did play North Carolina tough last week. They missed a field goal with about 2 minutes left. That if they hit that, they would have gone to overtime with North Carolina. I think North Carolina is a way better team than Miami as well. Next one.
I was wrong about Miami, by the way.
We are going Cincinnati at SMU. Listen, I bet on SMU last week against Navy. They burnt me. I love this Cincinnati team. I think them or UCF are the clear favorites in the American. This line has gone up to 3.5. I am buying half a point here again.
We're on crack. I gave 7 games.
Okay, then you're taking...
This is your coffee. This is your coffee making me do this.
You're taking out your gay freaking Penn State moneyline pick.
Fine.
I'm on, like I said, Cincinnati -3. I did buy half a point here. Cincinnati's coming off the bye. They have a top 15 passing efficiency defense. Listen, I've watched a lot of SMU this year. The reason I bet them against Navy, all they do is pass the ball. They have no running game whatsoever. They don't care about the run. Like, running backs are like, that doesn't even exist in their world. So we are taking Cincinnati -3.
This is the lock, by the way. This is the Boss Cock lock.
It's a Boss Cock lock. Cincinnati -3.
So if you're going to poach one play from the show, that's what we're suggesting, essentially.
Kansas is, I'm buying, I believe, half a point here or a point. I'm making this Kansas plus 10 at Baylor. I believe the line is 9.5 right now. So let's just buy half a point. They are at Baylor. Blake Shapen got hurt last week against West Virginia. Does he play? Maybe. Their stud defensive lineman, though, he's like a 500-pound Polynesian death assassin. He also got banged up. As soon as he did, West Virginia ran the ball down their throat. What does Kansas do? They scheme guys open and they run the ball down your throat. I do believe you're getting good value here with Kansas. Oklahoma played out of their minds last week. They had a couple picks that were just like one-handed crazy picks, and I don't think that happens to Kansas this week. I do believe they keep it within a touchdown, if not outright win. Next game here, I'm doing a lot of Big 12 this week. I've been watching a lot of the conference. I'm taking West Virginia +7. The line 6.5. Just buy the half a point. They are at Texas Tech. Tyler Shuck, he was the game one starter for Texas Tech. He may be back. Guess who else is back? C.J. Donaldson. This dude is a fucking tank at running back. I think West Virginia keeps us within a touchdown. That's too many points in the Big 12.
And they're coming off a big win.
They are, and they're playing better. Give them credit. Next one here, Texas is -6.5. It's at Oklahoma State. This is a game that a lot of the public is going to be like, "What the fuck?" Texas shouldn't get. It's like Sal Bapp said with Alabama. This is a trap, an absolute trap. Texas is back. Quinn Ewers is a beast. Spencer Sanders is also fucking hurt. It wouldn't even surprise me if he doesn't even play this game. If he does, his shoulder is all fucked up. So we're going Texas -6.5. Last game here, I absolutely love it. I got it at +5, and I feel like that was stealing value. Kansas State is on the road at TCU. Let me tell you this right now. There's no team, Sal Baps, in the Big 12 that is going undefeated this year. I love TCU. I've made money on TCU this week. This is a game that TCU probably even loses. All TCU wants to do is freaking throw the ball. Guess what? Kansas State, top 20
Dude,
passing.
how fucking fun is Big 12 games?
Amazing.
They're so much fun.
Kansas State can stop the pass, and all they do on offense is run the ball. The TCU past couple weeks, their run defense has been shaky. I think this is a really bad matchup for TCU. I will say
Because they're a speed team. They're not big.
yeah, I will say it's a 7:30 start or 8 o'clock start at TCU. It's going to be a night crowd. So I do like that for TCU, but still, if you're going to give me a field goal against this Kansas State team, I'm going to take it.
Bro, they should find an actual like horny frog and just like every other like college has like the animal, like LSU has the tiger, Georgia
Right.
has the, they should just find a horned frog
Literally go into the
and just throw it at people.
Dude,
just buy like a million of them and throw them at
go into the Amazon and get those poisonous horned frogs, and you fucking put that thing on the
They
sideline.
just shoot them at people like the T-shirt cannons. Just shoot horny frogs at
Yes.
people in the crowd.
By the way, that is the most bad. Like, I love TCU merch
Their gear is insane.
because of that fucking horned frog.
I know, it's awesome.
All right, Sal Babs, I think that's about it for the week. Anything else you want to say?
No, I mean, there's no way this week's gonna, outdo last week. I mean, anyone who missed those games last week I don't know what the hell you were doing, but there's money to be made here this week. I feel like this is a good set of games here to make some money here. I mean, I know that we haven't been making people money, but I feel like we have
We've
a good
been
week here.
entertaining
I
them,
actually
nevertheless.
feel for the first time in a couple weeks, I actually feel like we should do okay here. We should do all right.
I have way more money than I should ever have on some games this weekend. If I hit it big, we are going to Olive Garden. So get ready for never.
This is how like pathetic PA is. Like that we have like a celebratory Olive Garden.
Yeah,
like,
never ending
plan.
pasta for $13. Let's fucking go. All right, guys. Quick episode this week live here, giving it to you. Let's make some money. You know what to do. Follow us, fade us, do whatever you feel is right. Remember to say your prayers, take your vitamins, grow your own food, and make that bread and butter them hoes.